Hi everyone, it's Derek from the Are You Ready podcast here, and this is my reaction to the 3-1 win against Kilmarnock in the Premiership today, and that also marks our first home win in the league of the season, which is absolutely ridiculous when you say it like that when it's the end of October, but we got there in the end. It was a much better performance than what we've seen previously. That wouldn't be hard, of course. However, it has to be tempered with the fact that that performance came with effort, but that is the bare minimum we expect from this team. So as much as it was a lot better, there is still a lot of improvements there. There was some glaring errors at times as well. We'll get into the goal in a second, but we've got to take it at baby steps just now, considering how bad we've been. So it's on a day that Celtic have dropped another 3 points. When was the last time that they lost 2 games in the league in a row? But we'll have to take baby steps at this point here. We clawed back points on Celtic. We're still 13 behind Hearts, but we've got to focus on ourselves first. And today was a good starting point for this rebuild under Danny Rule's team. So we lined up today: Butland, Tavernier, Suter, Cornelius, Meghoma, Diamande, Raskin, Asgard, Gassama, Miovski and Danilo. On the subs bench we had Kelly, Aarons, Rothwell, Barron, Sharmiti, Cameron, Jigga, Moore and Curtis. So starting lineup left us thinking, what formation are we going to play? It could have been a number of ways, and I think we ended up being a 4-4-2. Interesting though that we played 2 strikers for the first time in I've no idea since when. Obviously today was Remembrance Sunday, so there was an impeccable minute's silence from the crowd along with a tifo display as well, and obviously today marks 4 years to the day of the sad passing of Walter Smith, so certainly a lot to think about before the game kicked off. However, the first half, it was really all us, complete possession really all the time. However, Kilmarnock ended up having a couple of chances early on. On the second minute, they had an early shot from Kilmarnock outside the box and save from Butland. But a strange moment on the 10th minute, Diamande gets into the box, has a bit of a wrestle with the defender. Diamande loses out and he goes to ground. It wasn't a foul for him or against him, however the ref gives it against him. It highlights what was a feature of this game, is the refs actually don't have a clue and they just give the easy option. Several times Clancy was absolutely abysmal today. He'd taken an age to get his cards out for the Kilmarnock players. I would love to see a stat on how many fouls we get against us before the opposition team get a yellow card, where compared with us, because we seem to get them flashed all the time. 13th minute, Kilmarnock with a shot on the left which trundles through to Butland and an easy save, and on the 15th minute we went 1-0 up with an unlikely scorer, Cornelius, getting his first goal for Rangers. It was a free kick from Tavernier, floated into the middle. Danilo and Cornelius break that defensive line. Danilo leaves the ball and Cornelius cushions it into the back of the net. It was a great goal. I thought it was going to get flagged for offside because Danilo looked as if he did go a wee bit early, but because he left it, I think that never played into it and the goal duly stood. A lot of the game played on for the next kind of 20 minutes and not really any chances for either team. It was us having most of possession, trying to probe but couldn't get any shots off at all. 37th minute, a lovely backheel flick from Asgard to play the ball forward to the unrunning Danilo. However, he couldn't quite get it before the defender cleared. However, I just wanted to highlight that move there because it was really good inventiveness and shows some of the skill that Asgard can do. And then the work had been undone with a blunder from Butland. It's not often we've said that this year. I think this might be the first time. However, on the 39th minute, Kilmarnock made it 1 each. There was a corner from Kilmarnock on the left. Butland comes at his near post to punch it, completely misses it and goes right to the back post to the unmarked man who taps it in. Danilo should have been picking him up there, I think it was, and he just let the player get in front of him. It was just poor all round, an absolute blunder from Butland, but there should have been marking in place there, just diabolical all round. We just hope from that point there that Butland never had a crisis in confidence like he did last season when he made a mistake and it just completely knocked him out, but he seemed to get away with that one there. Just before half time though, on the 42nd minute, we had the ball in the back of the net after the bizarre piece of play. The Kilmarnock keeper runs with the ball into the edge of the box. He kicks it, he slips as he was doing so. It hits off the heel of Cornelius, who knew nothing about it. It loops over the defence. Miovski was aware of it and he headers it into the net. However, it was flagged for offside. A VAR check confirmed it was offside. I mean, I don't know the offside rules these days, the handball rules, the offside rules, it just seems to get made up as it goes along. Not many players were arguing about it. I would have thought that because it wasn't us that directly played the ball forward, it was a bit of fortune, then it can't be ruled as offside, but clearly it was. So yeah, a bit of misfortune there, bizarre set of circumstances. However, that's what went into half time. So happy with the performance. As I said, it was the bare minimum I expected with just the effort that was getting put in, but there was some good play on occasion, but we were not getting enough chances, not making their keeper pull off many great saves. Into the second half, on the 45th minute, Miovski came off and Moore came on. Moore actually played pretty well in the second half, got to give it that to him. Played a slightly different role as well, it seemed. And in the 51st minute, we went 2-1 up with Danilo scoring. We had patient play on the left with, I think it was Diamande. He was looking to move things about quickly a couple of times, but he got slowed down by his teammates. Played a 1-2 with Moore, tried to make it go forward. He then slid the ball to Mighoma, who put in a lovely cross into the middle, and Danilo with a great glancing header off the right post and into the back of net. A great goal. 57th minute was some poor defending from us, a cross from Kilmarnock from the right. Tavernier loses his man and lets them get the header, and Butland with a good dive and save out for the corner. Just poor with Tavernier there, but good from Butland. 62nd minute, Diamande and Gassama off, Barron and Aarons on. 69th minute, Danilo off and Chermiti on, and unbelievably it only taken them 3 minutes, and on the 72nd minute Chermiti made it 3-1. We tried to feed the ball forward, however it was blocked. However, the ball spun back to us, a pass to Chermiti on the edge of the box on the right side, an absolute thunder bastard which the keeper gets a hand to, but it was far too powerful and goes into the back of the net, and Chermiti gets his Rangers record off the mark. Hopefully that'll do him the world of good. He was quite good when he came on as well, obviously buoyed by that goal, but hopefully that kicks him on and it gets a few fans off his back anyway. 79th minute, Chermiti leaves the ball in the box for Moore, who has a shot. It was deflected off the defender out for the corner. It was good awareness from Chermiti to leave the ball for Moore, who was in the better position. 80th minute, there was a corner played in, knocked on at the near post, and Cornelius stabs the ball forward as he was falling, and the ball was cleared off the line. 81st minute, Asgard off and Cameron on. 84th minute, Raskin with a shot from distance on the left side and comfortably in the keeper's arms at the near post. And on the 86th minute, the last piece of play I've got in the half, Raskin put the ball in the back of the net, but it was ruled for offside. Raskin got the break of the ball. He has a heavy touch, but we get the break of the ball again to Moore, who had a great ball forward to Raskin, who went 1v1 with the keeper and slots it past him. However, the linesman had his flag up instantly, and it was an exceptionally long VAR check, and it eventually rules it off. It must have been a toenail off, if that, because it was looked very tight. We never got the lines drawn for us at all, so we'll see how it was there. But 3-1, we ended up winners. We've got to be happy with that. Things to work on, absolutely. It was not the perfect performance. We need to be a wee bit tighter at the back, stop the silly mistakes, get the marking sorted out as well. There's a few occasions obviously with their goal as well, and Tavernier with a couple of chances as well they got, but it's a stepping stone, as I said. So that leaves us up for Wednesday night. We're playing against Hibs. I think that's a 1945 kickoff. That's in the league. They're just off the back of a win against Aberdeen today as well. So all to play for. So Dave will be coming back his holidays tomorrow. I'm not too sure when we'll get a podcast out. Hopefully this week, maybe after the Hibs game, but we'll see about that there. Anyway, now one of us will be back with a post-match nonetheless. So all that's left to say is have a good rest of your weekend. Thanks for listening and goodbye.